Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Red Corner Boxing. It's 8 p.m. It's prediction time. It's League Two time. But this program's sponsored by EasyStorage.com for all your local nationwide needs. Give them a check out in the bio. Gentlemen, thank you for coming through. Once again, giving us your Red Corner Boxing, your time, your valuable energy. But we're going to get straight to the 12 fights that we have, so we don't keep you fine gentlemen too long. And we go straight to Thursday night's cruiserweight fight between Leonardo Mosquera and Ivan Garcia. Mosquera is a 31-year-old Frenchman with an orthodox stance, 16 wins, 9 inside the distance, and he's unbeaten. He's up against Ivan Garcia, 28-year-old orthodox Argentinian, with a record of 10 wins, 10 knockouts, 3 defeats, 1 draw. Mosquera was last out in December last year with a split decision win over Siobhan Clark, if you remember that, to claim the EBU cruiserweight title over 12 rounds. And Ivan Garcia was last out in November last year with a TKO win over Sebastian Diaz in round 5 of 6. Now, Big Rye, my man, my compadre from Scotland, you are starting to run away with this league. It's up to the others to start closing the gap, but I can tell you that Rick Flash Ash Lane and Jack Kid Hughes are hot on the trail after a few good weeks. And 20, my man, is starting to drop. This is not good. I know you're going to come strong this week, my man. But I can't talk. With a score of 100 last week, I should be put up against the fence and shot. But never mind, we live in a liberal society, and thank God them days are over. But Big Rye, I come to you as leader, Mosquera versus Garcia. What's your first prediction?
Mosquera, KO, TKO.
Mosquera, TKO, KO. Thank you. Lee Brown, formerly of NSB, is now going for a unanimous decision for Mosquera. Rick is not available. So Flash Ash Lane in 4th place with a strong finish last week. What are you saying?
Yeah, Mosquera, unanimous points.
Mosquera, unanimous decision. Welcome, Jack the Pumpkin Hughes.
What's happening?
What are you saying for this fight, my man?
I'm saying Leonardo, TKO.
Leonardo Mosquera with a knockout victory, says Jack Hughes. And of course, 20, my man from 20 Boxing. Check out his videos on his YouTube channel. Absolute quality. 20.
Yeah,
Strong week from you, mate.
TKO.
He's gone for the knockout. He wants the 15 points. Myself, I looked at the thing. I've actually cannot give Garcia, although he's got 10 knockouts from 10, I'm actually going to give Mosquera with a knockout victory. So that's me. Right. Next is a lightweight bout between Lazaro Alvarez from Cuba, 34-year-old, 7 bouts, 4 inside the distance. He's unbeaten with a 57% knockout rate. His opponent is Jose Muniz from Colombia. He's 24, orthodox, 17 wins, 15 inside the distance, 3 defeats, no draws, 85% knockout rate. Alvarez was last out in April of this year with a knockout in the 8th round of 10 against Miguel Santos. And Jose Munoz, I think that's how you say it, last out in April again with a 8th round knockout win over Martinez. We come back to you, Rye. Bit tricky, this one.
I'm really a bit confused. I don't know what to go with. I'll just go for an Alvarez UD.
Alvarez UD. Lee has also gone for an Alvarez UD, so you picked the right one there as far as the consensus. Ash?
Alvarez, TKO.
Alvarez for the knockout, says Ash. Jack Hughes?
Yeah, I'm going Alvarez, TKO as well.
Alvarez for the TKO. 20.
Yeah, I'm going Alvarez UD.
Alvarez UD. I'm going to stake my nuts on this one. I'm going to go for an Alvarez knockout. Here we go, 5 points. I need it. Let's move on. We come to the ladies in the light flyweight bout. Aldana Lopez from Argentina, 28. She's an orthodox for 12 wins. None inside the distance, but she is unbeaten. She's up against Olga Julio from Colombia, 39-year-old southpaw. 40 wins. Incredible 29 by knockout. But she has lost 18 times, but a 72% knockout rate over 58 fights is an incredible record. Aldana Lopez, last out in August of last year, with a disqualification win against Larian Flores in the 9th round. Olga Julio was last out in September of last year with a first round knockout win over Carol Toubon. Well, back to you, Rai.
Lopez UD.
Lopez UD. Lee has also gone for Lopez UD. Ash.
Lopez UD.
Lopez UD. And Jack Hughes.
Yeah, I'm going with Lopez UD as well.
Lopez UD. 20.
Just to throw a spanner in the works, I'm going Lopez on a split decision.
Lopez on the split for the extra point. I don't think I could take that gamble on this one. I'm going for Lopez UD to stay with the Rats. Right, moving on to the fourth fight, and this is a super bantamweight fight between Daniel Gosh, the Ghanaian, 24-year-old orthodox, 15 wins, 11-sided distance, unbeaten, 73% knockout rate. His opponent is Theo Alotti, also from Ghana, slightly younger at 22, orthodox, 10 wins, 9 inside the distance, 90% knockout rate. Gosh, last out in March for a second round knockout win over the lovely named Nana B. And Alotti was last out in April where he retired David Togo in the 7th round. Tricky stuff. And I go back to you, right?
I feel no good KO in this one anyway, but I'm going for the Gosh KO TKO.
Gosh, KO is what Lee has picked as well. Ash?
I'm going for the away corner TKO.
He's going for
I remember his
Alotti.
name.
Alotti for the KO. Slightly impressive record. I do understand the pick. Jack Hughes?
I actually had a look at these two. This is actually a really good fight. That Alotti guy, good fighter, and so's the other fella. But the other fella's really defensively sound. But I like the Lottie style a lot better. So I'm going for Alotti, but I'm going for unanimous decision.
Alotti, unanimous decision, says Jack. 20?
Yeah, I'm going for a Gosh unanimous decision.
Gosh, by unanimous decision this time. And neutral is going for the Lottie knockout. I think this boy, I had a look at him like you did, and he is strong. Right, Andrew Tabiti is next versus Jacob Dixon. It's a heavyweight affair. Andrew Tabiti's 35 now, orthodox, 21 wins, 17 inside the distance, 2 defeats. He was last out in April this year with a knockout win in the first round of junior light, and he has an 80% knockout record. Jacob Dixon is a Ghanaian, 27 orthodox, 14 wins, 13 inside the distance, 1 defeat, and a 92% knockout rate. He was last out in March of this year with a TKO win in the second round versus Husseini Ahmed. Back to you, Ryan.
I'm going for a Tabiti KO.
Tabiti KO, as did Lee from NSB. Ash?
To BK TKO.
Thank you very much, TKO KO for Tabiti. Jack?
Yeah, I'm going the same to beat TKO.
Thank you, Jack. KO for Tabiti. 20?
Yeah, Tabiti TKO.
That's good stuff. Tabiti TKO, and I'm also going for the same as well. So we're all agreed across the board. Right, let's probably get to the most well-known name on the bills this week, and it's the Superfly, and it's the return of Nilnito Donaire, the 73-year-old Filipino Orthodox with 42 wins, 28-sided distance. He's got the 8 defeats. He's up against Andres Campos, the 28-year-old Chilean Orthodox, 17 wins, 6 inside the distance with the 2 defeats, the 1 draw. He's got a shocking 35% knockout record against Nonito's 66. Nonito was last out, though, in July of 2023, where he lost for the second time by unanimous decision to Santiago for a vacant WBC super flyweight belt. Andros Campos was last out in April this year with a third round TKO of Jimson Garcia. Back to you, Ryan.
I mean, I've got to go for Donaire, even though he's not fought in 2 years and getting old.
Yeah.
Feel it's better pedigree. Sorry, Donaire KO, TKO.
Donaire TKO. Lee has gone for a split decision for Campos.
Ooh.
Going to go to you, Ash.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Donaire, he's always been out of the ring for a couple of years. Campos ain't really that great either. It's hard to bet against Donaire, the experience. I mean, I'm going to have to go with Donaire. Does have the firepower to take him out? I'm going to go with Donaire TKO, yeah.
Go for the knockout. Jack Hughes.
I thought I was going to be the only one, but my man Lee has gone with what I'm going for. I just feel it. I just feel there's an upset coming, and I'm going with Campos majority decision.
Campos with a majority decision. 20.
Yeah, I'm going with Donaire TKO. I think he's just going to be too much for him, even though he's been out for a couple of years.
Thank you, 20. Well, I happen to believe once you hit your mid-40s like that, I don't believe you can come back against the young boys who are just too physically strong and energetic for me. I think he's going to succumb to a stoppage from Campos, Mr. Neutral's first gamble of the week. He goes for a Campos knockout. Right.
Jeez.
I know. The mushrooms are hitting home, mate. The mushrooms are hitting home. Right, we got the next fight is Michaela Lujan from Argentina. Up against Alien Granadino from Argentina as well. This is a super flyweight belt fight. Lujan, 15 wins, 6 inside the distance, 2 defeats, 1 draw, 40% knockout rate. Granadino, 11 wins, 1 inside the distance. Shocking. 2 defeats, 4 draws though. Hard to beat. 9% knockout rate. Lujan, out last year, 11th of in November, with a TKO win over 6 rounds over Deborah Gomez. Also out last year was Granadino in November, with a 9th round TKO win over Carolina Ferreira. So, back to you, Ryan. What do you think on this one?
I don't think much, to be honest. If I'll go for a Lujan majority.
Lujan majority decision.
Aye.
And funny enough, Lee's gone for exactly the same thing. Majority decision. Ash?
Who's the home fighter, Lujan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the home fighter, Lujan. I was thinking split decision or majority. Let's go with split.
Split decision, Lujan?
Yep.
Gotcha. Right, Jack?
I'm going with Lujan TKO.
Lujan by the big TKO, says Jack.
Great.
20.
Lejean, unanimous decision.
Lujan, unanimous decision. I also think it's Lujan by unanimous decision. Right, let's move on to a super featherweight affair. It's for the WBO Latino belt. It's Enzo Delgado, Argentinian, 27, southpaw, 11 wins, 5 inside the distance. He is undefeated. He has got 1 draw, 45% knockout rate. He's up against the Dominican Republic, Felix Juan, 28, 12 wins, 8 inside the distance, also unbeaten, and with a 66% knockout rate. Somebody's always got to go. And Delgado last out in November of last year with a majority decision win over Carlos Alanis over 10 rounds. And Felix Juan was last out in May of this year with a UD win over 8 rounds by beating Dikemba Mamal. Back to you, Ryan.
I was tempted to go for a draw for this to get some big points, but nah, I'll just go for a Delgado majority decision.
Well, Delgado for your second majority. Lee has gone slightly different. He's gone for a split. Lee has gone for a split. Ash, what you say?
Delgado split.
Another split for Delgado. Jack Hughes.
I'm going Felix Jan, TKO.
Oh, Jack's looking for the points. 20.
Well, I have one of these every week, and I thought Ryan was going to pick me to it then, but this is going to be a draw.
Oh, he's got the draw. You sure about that? That's your final answer.
That's my final answer. It's written down on my piece of paper, so
He's gone
go
for the
back.
20-pointer. It could be one of them. It could well be. You might not go. And there has been a draw on one of the resumes before. Do you know what you tempted me? And no 20. Oh, I was like, that's split majority. UD. Nah, fuck it. It's UD for Mr. Neutral. Right, moving on back to Europe. It's a super middleweight affair between Denmark's Oliver Zaran, and he is up against Joseph Magwisa from Tanzania. Oliver Zaran is a 25-year-old Danish southpaw with 16 wins, 7 inside the distance. He's undefeated, a 45% knockout rate. He's up against Joseph Magwisa, Tanzanian, 26, orthodox, 14 wins, 10 inside the distance. He's got 3 defeats. Oliver Zaran was last out in March of this year with a 4th-round knockout win over Samuel Cavre. And Magwisa was out in November with a 2nd-round TKO over Ivan Magumba. Back to you, Rai.
I'm going for Zaran KO. His last 5 fights is a KO, TKO. So, yeah, Zaran KO.
Zaran by knockout. Yeah, home fighters should be doing it. Lee has gone for unanimous decision for Zaran. Ashleen.
Home fighter, unanimous.
UD for Zaran. Jack Hughes.
Yeah, I'm going Zaran TKO.
Zaran for the TKO. He's going to rack up points if this happens, gentlemen. Watch Jack Hughes fly this week. 20.
Yeah, like Jam says in the chat, that Zaran is decent, man. He's decent. So I'm going to go with a Zaran TKO.
Zaran TKO. I'm going to follow you, 20. I'm going for the KO as well. TKO. Right, moving on to Saturday's probably his biggest fight of the weekend. And it's the IBF lightweight title, super lightweight title, beg your pardon, between Richardson Hitchens of the United States, 27-year-old orthodox, with 19 wins, 7 inside the distance, undefeated, 36% knockout rate. George Kambosos, we all know, the 31-year-old Australian. He's an orthodox with 22 wins, 10 inside the distance, 3 defeats. Hitchens was last out in December with a split decision win over Liam Parrow, as we all know. And Kambosos was last out in March of this year with a very soppy 12-round UD win over Jake Wiley. Back to you, Ryan.
I've been struggling with this one. Obviously, Kambosos, his only losses are to elite fighters. But he was terrible in his last fight, even though he won. But, I'm going to go for a Hitchens UD.
Hitchens by UD, as does Lee. He says Hitchens by UD. Ash.
Yeah, I just think that Kambosos has found its level and it's not on the elite stage. He's had a couple of losses, and I think it's been done since Maxie Hughes. So I'll go with the Hitchens UD.
Hitchens UD. Thank you, Ash. Jack Hughes.
Yeah, it breaks my heart to go against Kambosos because I love him, but I'm going to have to go Hitchens UD as well.
Hitchens UD.
You probably didn't go for the knockout, Jack.
yeah, let me change it. I need them 5 points.
You've done quite enough, young man. 20.
Yeah, same. I'm going Hitchens unanimous decision.
Hitchens UD. Big up everyone in the chat. We got Jay's Fight Talk. Thank you, my man, for coming through. Just let me check who else is on that list. It doesn't work. All right. Never mind. Thank you, everyone, for watching anyway on YouTube and for coming through. Right. Well, I'm going for a draw. I think George just comes alive when he comes to America. I think they're going to rob George. And that's what I think. 20 points to me should that come through. Bit of a gamble. But hey, it doesn't matter. I'm at home in League Two. It doesn't matter where I come. Right. Let's move on to the undercard. And we got another £135 fight between Andy Cruz and Hinori Mishiro. Andy Cruz is the 29-year-old Orthodox Cuban, 5 wins, 2 inside distance. He's unbeaten with a 40% knockout rate. Mishiro, Japanese, 30 Orthodox, 17 wins, 6 inside the distance, 1 defeat. Cruz was last out in January with a 10-round UD win over Omar Kamez. And Mishiro was out in December last year where he retired Hinata Maruta. So I'll come back to you. Rai, what are you going for this one?
Cruz, KO, TKO.
Cruz, KO, TKO. Thank you. Lee has gone for a unanimous decision. Ash?
Cruz, unanimous.
Cruz by UD. Jack Hughes?
Yeah, I've got Cruz unanimous as well.
Cruz by UD. 20?
Yeah, Andy Cruz, unanimous decision.
Unanimous decision, says 20. I've gone for the knockout. I think Cruz hits harder than, than some think he does. He just takes it easy, I think. Andy Cruz cruises. Can you believe that? Right, moving on to super bantamweight title fight. Is it a title fight? Nakajima and Mashima? Can't make my mind up. Can't remember. Nakajima, 32-year-old southpaw, 17 wins, 14 inside the distance for the 2 defeats and the 1 draw. He was last out in December last year with a TKO win in 2 rounds over Tatsuyoshi. Kenshin Oshima, he's 30 now, an Orthodox for 9 wins, 5 inside the distance, but he's been beaten 3 times and he's had a draw. But he does hold a 53% knockout rate. And he was last out in July of last year, 2nd round win of TKO over Haruki Ishikawa for the Pacific Oriental title. Big Right, give me your last prediction, mate.
Probably the only fight I'm going to put some money on this weekend. Nakajima, KO, TKO for me.
Good shout, good shout. Lee also thinks the KO. Ashley?
Yeah, Nakajima, TKO.
Thank you, Ash. Jack Hughes?
Yeah, I'm going with the same TKO Nakajima. That's it.
Nakajima, TKO, thank you. 20?
Yeah, if Big Rise spending his well-earned cash, putting some money on this, I think I'm on the right track with Nakajima, TKO.
Pretty nailed on. I'll round it off for the unanimous decision. Right, gentlemen, that is all your predictions in for Fight Week 9 in League 2 here. The best of order. I hope you don't do as well as I do. So, Big Rai, you've got a good lead. You guys are going to have to sort this guy out. But Lee and Rick are the only ones so far within touching distance. We are within 20 points of Big Rai. As for you, Ash and Jack, on 653 and 644 respectively, you need a big push. 20,
I'll get there.
mate, we won't talk about your score. And I'm so far back, I can't even see your dust. Right, gentlemen, thanks very much for giving me your time here at Red Corner Boxing, the prediction 2, and we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye for now.
In a bit, mate.
Cheers.